Hello, group auditors. You are the group auditor right now. So we have discussed the component group auditor, the structure, the complexity process, right? Now let's resume this group audit topic. That is audit risk really specific to the group. Audit risk is specific to the group. There are specific accounting standards which are related to the group, such as IFRS 3 business combination, IFRS 10 consolidated financial statements, IFRS 11 joint arrangements, 27 separate financial statements, 28 associate. And now, what's that thing? Now, what's that thing? As always, there is a risk that client does not comply with the relevant accounting standard. What is audit risk? Now, audit risk at group level, at group FS level, audit risk at group financial statements level. Examples. These are the things. Examples. Valuation of goodwill. That is, goodwill is not appropriate. Translation of foreign subsidiary in the consolidation process. IS 21. For example, country and country B are having different currencies. So it is the application of IS 21 to include that subsidiary in your consolidation process. Non-quaterminous year end. That is, consolidation says that the difference of year end between the parent and subsidiary should not be more than 3 months. So if it is not adjusted, there is a risk. Inconsistent accounting policies used across the group. That is a different accounting policies. Fair value adjustments. Example like you can say fair value adjustments in the consolidation process. That is the fair value net assets, fair value of net assets acquired. Calculation of NCI, non-controlling interest. Elimination of intercompany balances and trading. Unrealized profit apportionment where there has been acquisition or disposal. Simple transposition or arithmetic error in the consolidation process. That is, risk is that they have not been complied with. And group financial statements may be overstated or understated. So these are basically the risks. Now see that why I have written these things, because these are the items in the consolidation process. So you must need to remember these things. What are the accounting treatments? Obviously, with the passage of question, we will be covering that thing as well, right? So just pause this video and read it once again. Now let's move on. Risk indicators for group audits. Risk indicators for group audit. The following examples could indicate and indicate just the indication that there are risk of material misstatement to the group financial statements. Complex group structure, like parent acquired subsidiary acquired another subsidiary, and then another subsidiary acquired. Now there is a direct interest in subsidiary and indirect interest in other subsidiaries. The structure would become complex, and there is an inherent risk that a group FS may be over understated. Frequent acquisition, disposal, or reorganization. Frequent. It's not the purchasing of grocery, it's the purchasing of subsidiary. If it is frequent, there is a risk. Poor corporate governance system, because that can influence financial statements. Non-existence or ineffective group-wide control. Obviously, the controls across the group. Component operating under foreign jurisdiction that may be subject to unusual government intervention. That is, component is in country B, and there is an unusual involvement of the government. Now there is something risk. You need to focus on that. Now this is something important. High business risk of components, high business activities, unusual related party transaction, that is IS 24 at group, in the group, in the component, in the parent, in the group, unusual related party transactions, prior occurrence of intra-group balances that did not reconcile, that is unreconciled intra-group transactions. If you see these factors, you will be indicating high risk of material misstatements in the group financial statements. The existence of complex transactions, differing application of accounting policies in the group. That is, one component is using different accounting policy, another component is using different accounting policy. If you see these things, risk of material misstatements at group level, right? Now next, prior occurrence of unauthorized or incomplete consolidated adjustments. Prior to this, aggressive tax planning, frequent changes of auditor, either in the group or in the parent or in the component. If you see these things in the group, so that means there is a high risk of material misstatements in the group financial statements. Now see that my subject matter is the consolidated financial statements right now, and all these factors can influence the group financial statements. Right now, audit procedures over the consolidation schedule. It's audit procedures over the consolidation process. I am writing one thing. These are general procedures. But in the exam, we have to be case specific. Right? Now, this is the audit procedures over the consolidation schedule. Agree the figures from component financial statements into the consolidated schedule to ensure accuracy. What is that thing? Because figures are now being imported from the component, and that is included in the group financial statements. So if it is consolidated FS, you need to agree the figure back in the component individual financial statements. You can recalculate consolidation schedule to ensure accuracy. Recalculate translation of any foreign components to ensure accuracy. Foreign currency translations, IS 21. Recalculate any non-controlling interest balances to verify accuracy. Agree the date of acquisition or disposal and recalculate the time apportionment for these components, including in the consolidation. The date of acquisition or disposal. It's not necessary that it is only the case of purchasing of subsidiary. It may be the case of disposal of subsidiary. So just see the dates. Evaluate classification of component, that is subsidiary, associate, joint venture, to ensure this is still appropriate. For example, there is a associate. It should be treated accordingly. There is a subsidiary, there is a different consolidation process. So you need to ensure the classification of this. For investment in associates, ensure that these are accounted for using the equity method and not consolidated. Associates are not consolidated. It is being dealt under equity method. So you need to ensure the application of equity method. Review the financial statements disclosure for related party transactions at group level. Review the policies and year-end applied component to ensure they are consistent across the group. Accounting policies should be consistent across the group. So you should review the policies to ensure that. Reconcile intercompany balances. That is, intercompany transactions and ensure they are cancelled out in the group financial statements. Unrealized profit. Assess reasonableness of client's goodwill impairment review to ensure goodwill is not overstated. That is, that goodwill of the subsidiary, when you calculate the goodwill, it must be tested for impairment. You need to ensure that whether it is done or not. Calculate any goodwill on acquisition arising in the year end. Special attention to consideration paid, agree to the bank statement. Acquisition related costs, ensure they have been expensed and not capitalized. Acquisition related cost. Contingent consideration, whether this has been valued at fair value taking into account probability of timing of payment. Contingent consideration, that is present value. Deferred consideration should be discounted to the present value. So all these things you need to ensure that whether these are the things. Now see that whatever the procedures which we have covered here, these are the general procedures. In the exam we have to apply this on the particular case study. All right. Now again, I'm advising that before proceeding towards the next lecture, ensure that you have revised it. Okay. Now see you in the next video. Take care.